Welcome to Lifelogs is a brand new journey into captivating stories. Let's embark on this adventure. I am 53 years old, and my wife is 51. We have been together for 27 years. I worked as a finisher, and she worked as a laboratory technician at a pharmaceutical company. We have two adult sons, aged 27 and 19. The younger one lives with us in a one-room apartment that I inherited from my parents. We always lived modestly, from paycheck to paycheck. I got involved in forex trading, dreaming of getting rich, but in reality, I lost some money. I am a perfectionist by nature. I did renovations slowly and with quality, but the earnings were not significant. My wife also earned a modest income. We weren't starving, but we lived a simple life. My wife always dreamed of traveling, but the farthest we went was to visit her mother in the neighboring region. We never went to the sea, which she dreamed of. We never went to a restaurant. I worked almost every weekend, but the money was never enough. I gave her flowers a few times for her birthdays. She worked from her job to our home doing laundry, ironing, cooking, and cleaning. 2 years ago, she cheated on me. She met him on a social media site. He showered her with likes on every photo, complimented her beauty, and offered friendship. She accepted. According to her, they started with casual conversations, and then she fell in love with him and desired him as a man. She claimed that her respect for me disappeared, followed by a loss of sexual desire. After a month of messaging, she went to see him. He lived alone, having divorced his wife after her infidelity. She made a clumsy excuse to cover up her actions. I called her while she was with him and overheard a male voice. She explained it by talking about lipstick, a taxi driver, and asking him to check the bus schedule. Then the phone went silent. She came home happy. I confronted her, and she confessed. She said it happened only once, a mistake that everyone is entitled to, and she would forgive me if the situation were reversed. I was devastated, shocked, and in unbearable pain. My first thought was, I hope my mom doesn't find out. She has a heart condition, she won't survive this. I drank half a bottle of cognac that night. We talked all night and fell asleep at dawn. She promised to end it with him and delete her social media account. The next day, I could barely get up. I couldn't believe it was true. Life turned upside down. The meaning of everything was lost. Now I regret searching through her social media for messages while she slept. She deleted their correspondence, but she didn't think of private gifts. He sent her bouquets, and she sent him stickers, to my dearest and closest, my sunshine. It hurt me even more. Working became extremely difficult. Thoughts and images were constantly swirling in my head. I started drinking after work. It made things easier. And so it went on every day. Eventually, I started drinking at work. Eventually, I couldn't work at all. It was a real binge that lasted for 6 months. Then I ended up in a rehabilitation center, where I stayed for 3 months. Since then, I haven't drunk at all. But after discharge, I developed nausea and tremors. People say time heals, but for me, things got worse and worse. Tremors and nausea intensified. I can't work, I lie around almost all day. I spent a month in a psychotherapeutic center, but it was in vain. I've seen several doctors, they all shrugged their shoulders. Changed 4 psychotherapists. They say it's psychogenic nausea, but nothing can be done. So, I live. No one can help, and there's no one to hope for. I live from one sleep to another. The rest of the time, I feel nauseous. My wife says it's payback for ruining her life. My self-esteem is rock bottom. I don't know what to do. My wife is becoming more audacious. She doesn't consider herself guilty anymore. She says she's tired of seeing my sour face and that she was a little happy with her lover. Sometimes, I wish to fall asleep and not wake up. That's my life story.